Dennis Kennard, Vernon Stewart here for the podcast. Talking Auburn football, go ahead and like the video, comment, and subscribe to the channel. As always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle. NFL draft is in full effect. Alabama actually having a bunch of kids in the first round, which is something we hope improves under the Brian Harsin era. These kids not having to fight, claw, and have like amazing scout days just to make it onto an NFL team, especially when part of the recruiting process is they're looking at their ability to make it to the next level at Auburn or whatever school they choose. But either way, got some breaking news. Jaren Handy out of the state of Mississippi, former four-star recruit, middle to high-end four-star recruit out of the state of Mississippi, one of the top 100 players in college football during the time of his recruitment. And if you look at from the grand scheme of things, that's actually a pretty good accomplishment. There are a lot of football players in high school across the country. You got 100 players on one team. So let alone, well, some teams. I mean, of course, your 7 and 6As, depending on what state you're in. But either way, Jaren Handy was thought to be a pretty good competitor on the defensive line, but he didn't see much action under the Rodney Garner regime. And Rodney Garner, by the way, former defensive line coach for the Auburn Tigers, now at Tennessee, heavily recruited this kid out of Mississippi with hope that he would have some promise, that he would add to the legacy of the defensive line for Auburn, but that has not been the case. Turns out he's hit the transfer portal along with another defensive lineman from the state of Mississippi that came over to Auburn that was also a part of that recruiting class as well. And when kids hit the transfer portal, it's always, convenient to blame coaching changes, but sometimes things just don't work out. And rumor has it there could have been some attitude issues, could have been some physical altercation issues. But nonetheless, these are kids that, you definitely want to do your best to develop. And it just so happened that it has been defensive linemen, and it have been, higher end defensive linemen that are deciding to transfer, which kind of raises some red flags. But we just don't know the full detail. Because back in the day when someone wanted to transfer, it's like, oh, holy shit, the program is falling apart. But with these rules in place, it makes roster management, as far as transfer portal goes, it makes roster management even more difficult for coaches. They have to keep their head on the swivel because, a kid could be talking on the back end to another coach, especially if they start to get disgruntled with where things are going. Maybe Jaren Handy didn't feel comfortable with the 3-4 defense. Who knows? Either way, he's headed out, one of the best defensive linemen of his class 2019. Go ahead and subscribe to Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn, where we talk about Auburn all the time. This is a short one, though. I just wanted to break some news and really get your thoughts on Jaren Handy and, maybe from your perspective, why kids are hitting the transfer portal. I think they're hitting it just because it's easy to do. But I'm not too sure with Brian Harsin it's going to be easy to come back because I really think that, this has been a done deal for a while. As always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle. Give me what you want the next topic to be, man. It's the dead period. And kind of clawing to get some topics. As always, great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle.